Hey, it's Brett from Plume. We're talking about how to apply the Instant Hairline Scalpstick. So there's been some questions and some comments on people having what sounds to me like too much product on their head or their hair. So I'm gonna walk you through, for people who have a shaved head like me, how to do this in a very natural looking way. First thing you need to do is make sure your head is clean and dry. So you can either use a baby wipe or just a damp towel. Once you're ready to apply the product, you're going to twist so that there's maybe a millimeter or two visible. And then gently, you're going to do an outline of where you want your hairline to go. So usually I'll start with a little dot at the point where my hairline would be lowest and in the center. So this should align with the bridge of your nose. This is sometimes referred to as a widow's peak. I've got a lot of receding going on at my temples. So then I'm gonna make a dot at a point that my natural hairline would go before it all fell out. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other temple. So this is the starting point. Then gently, I'm gonna connect the dots. And then I'm gonna bring the line back to where the rest of my hair is along my temple. So something like that will give you that front boundary that once you're filling it in, it shouldn't go beyond that. Okay, next, just again, very gently, very lightly, starting to put a little bit of product. Don't try and paint your whole head with this stuff. Just getting some into mostly the middle of the area that you want to be filling in. Once you've done that, using light pressure with your fingers, or if you want to use a makeup brush, you can start to move it around. And so you'll see that I'm getting a nice light coverage that simulates very closely shaved stubble. I shaved my head this morning. If you have 2 or 3 days worth of stubble, you're gonna end up being able to go with a slightly heavier application. But initially, it's always good to start with less than you think you might need, because you can put more on, it builds. You can see I've got the basic coverage in place now. I'm gonna see if we can zoom in. You'll see where there are a few of my natural bits of hair stubble and that the product has stuck to those and made them more pronounced. You can kind of tone those down by just pulling a little bit of it across. And after you do it several times, you'll get a good feel for how much you need to put and how much pressure you need to use to move it around and get a nice even bunch of coverage. So this is another reason why I suggest just going really light, getting even coverage with the lightest tone possible, and then starting with that. I think one of the good things to keep in mind is that it's not likely that people are gonna be right up staring at your scalp. The times that I've said to people, no, I don't have a shaved head, I'm actually shiny bald, this is a product, they don't believe me. I have to actually bring them close to it so they can see and go, oh, holy crap, that looks really real.